Fearless Disease.
Fearless Disease fam, today we expose the truth they hate to hear. Like right now, if you are ready. Looks like we got him, man. FBI finds Brown University shooting suspect, and unfortunately, they died. Some people would say that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't believe that anybody should be able to take anybody's life, even though they did some wrong things. Doesn't mean that they deserve that treatment right back. But hey, some people would disagree with me. Let's see what they have to say about it.
We got him. Shortly before 9 o'clock tonight, the FBI SWAT team executed court-authorized search warrants at a storage unit facility in Hampshire Road in Salem, New Hampshire. This is where we located Claudio Mavis Valente, the individual who we believe was responsible for the Brown shooting. The latest developments in an intense 5-day manhunt, and as a result of an incredible amount of work dedicated by the law enforcement team standing here before you tonight. Every single agency brought their unique skills and expertise to this investigation, and we're motivated by the victims and survivors of this horrific incident. Even though the suspect was found dead tonight, our work is not done. There are many questions that need to be answered. There's a lot of evidence that needs to be processed, and most importantly, the victims and their families deserve special care and consideration. The FBI and our partners across Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire will continue to search for answers for the victims, survivors, and their families, to see what motivated this individual to carry out such a senseless act of violence. From the onset of this critical incident, it's been all hands on deck. The FBI deployed.
We've confirmed with sources close to the situation.
Hi, John. Where it's like they did not couldn't find the person at first, but
we got him.
But I know that they kind of had a sense of who he was. They did arrest one person, but they did let him go. But I know all hands were on deck when this became not just local. It soon became national news when they see that, of course, maybe a foreign person. You already heard the name. It's a foreign person. And we've had a big crackdown on foreign people coming over and actually harming our American citizens. So I knew this was going to be a matter of time before they were going to capture him. It's sad, of course. He took some people's lives, and of course his life is gone. Said it's also said that we'll never hear why he did it or what happened, because of course he's already deceased. But a thing like this happened, I would like to actually know exactly, like really sit down the person and be like, well, why'd you do this? Like 100% why? Because it'll give an insight on what's going on as far as the mentality and mental health, and being able to maybe in the future prevent this, because I don't think we'll never 100% prevent it, but we'll see what's going on through people's minds when they commit these type of crimes. This is very heinous. But you need to have that much rage and be able to shoot people blindly. That takes a lot of rage, and to understand that mind frame is something that I think will better our community and our society. Very sad story. I think there was another video I had on this that I wanted to be able to hear. Let me see if I can find it.
Neves Valente studied at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island on an F1 visa around
today.
That's going to be big, especially when it comes to the F1 visa.
Neves Valente studied at Brown.
Most people are going to be upset about this one because he wasn't a U.S. citizen. Why they let this person in? What was their background? So they're definitely going to dig into this.
Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island on an F1 visa around 2000 to 2021. He eventually obtained legal permanent resident status. Previously, he attended the same academic program as the MIT professor Nuno Loureiro in Portugal between 1995 and 2000. Although Neves Valente appeared to reside in Florida, between November 26th and November 30th of this year, he rented a hotel room in Boston. On December 1st, he rented a gray Nissan Sentra with Florida plates from a car rental agency in Boston. That same day, he drove to the vicinity of Brown University, where his car was observed intermittently between December 1st and December 12th. On December 13th, Neves Valente entered an auditorium on Brown University's campus during a study session and began shooting at students, killing.
This is very planned. They figured out everything, what hotel he had, which car that he rented to actually do this, and where he had got the gun.
Ella Cook and Mohammed Aziz Umarzokov, and injuring 9 others.
Wow.
Between December 13th and December 14th, Neves Valente returned to Massachusetts. On December 15th, he murdered MIT professor Nuno Luriero at Luriero's home in Brookline, Massachusetts. At some point while he was in Massachusetts, he switched the plates on the Nissan Sentra to an unregistered plate out of Maine. Immediately following Professor Luriero's murder, Neves Valente drove to a storage facility in Salem, New Hampshire, where he had rented a storage unit in November of this year.
Very smart guy. He planned this out. Unfortunately, he killed that MIT professor at home as well. So he did that before he was able to do the mass shooting. So he's been planning this for a long time. And I said we want to learn and figure out what was going through his mind and why would he want to commit these type of murders. Now the story can be misconstrued to be any type of storyline that they want. Say he was deranged, he did this, he did that, but we'll never know the truth because, of course, he's deceased now. See what the comments had to say. He studied at Brown on a student visa for 21 years. I don't think it works that way. I heard that as well. 21 years on a visa, that's a long time. Why we kept on accepting that visa? Why he just didn't get a American citizenship? These are the questions that we want to ask, especially when it comes to past administrations, whether it was Democrat or Republican. Why did this guy sneak through the crack holes and be able to have a student visa this long instead of becoming an American citizen? It doesn't make any sense. But that's super convenience for Cash Patel. Yeah, it is. It really is super convenient. Let's see. Boy, they just wrapped all that up with a nice little bow. They really did. Trying to make things seem what they aren't. I think there's when that comment says wrap it up like a bow, because I think they're hiding a lot when it comes to this story. They only can tell us but so much. But I think the powers that be even create the storyline, so we'll never know exactly what happened. They're going to be able to tell us what we want to hear. It has to be a storyline. Always has to be a storyline. Let's see. 21 years in college. Yeah, that's not making a lot of sense. They're not. How do you rent a car in Boston with Florida plates? Did I hear that right? I don't think you heard that right. Of course, with rental cars, they have different plates when you rent them out. So if you live in California, some rental cars, they'll have different plates on there because some people drive the rental cars from other states. So this could happen. You can be able to switch those plates. So it could be a true story with that part easily. I've been lived in certain states, and then when I'm there, if I'll be in New York, I'll see plates from Wisconsin. I'm like, why is this car here? But they drove it there. So it's kind of easy to understand that part. But let me know what you guys think in the comments about this story. Very sad story, but I'm glad they got the suspect, and I'm glad it's finally over. Now they got to put evidence together and put their cross their T's and dot their I's when it comes to the government and the police. But smash the like, tap the next video here on the screen, subscribe, hit the bell. CashApp FearlessDisease is always in the description if you are rocking with the movement. See you on the next one. Stay rich and stay fearless.